You are a leader. For a long time, I thought that statement was only meant for a certain group of people. People who were born to be leaders. When I was growing up, I had a real struggle with being confident. At some point, I had discovered the only way for me to be noticed was to be the funny guy. So I became the funny guy. In elementary, middle, and high school, I consistently made people laugh. But anytime I thought about taking a position of leadership to enact change, I got stuck. I couldn't figure out, how do I get out of this funny guy role? I mean, people would always turn to me for comedic relief, not hope, not direction, not suggestion for change. And I wanted my life to be more than a comedic joke. Then one day I was in the hall in high school, and my principal stops me and he asked me if I considered applying to Boys State. Boys State is an immersive leadership development program with strict criteria for attending. You had to have high academic achievements. You had to be someone with a record of good content, and you had to show early signs of leadership potential. So based on my experience up until this point, you can imagine why I was confused he approached me. I mean, immediately my mind went to the valedictorians, the club leaders, the class president, the team captains. Those are the people you should be asking, not me. Even though I felt like I didn't belong, I began to feel encouraged by the fact that he asked me. So I applied. And to my surprise, I got selected and I attended alongside everyone I thought should have been there. So I felt out of place, but looking back, I can say with certainty that that interaction with my principal in the hall that day was the first time I was exposed to the true definition of leadership. I learned that leadership is the ability to empower other people. Mark Cuban says, leadership is first having a vision and establishing the goal, and then second, finding the people you want to work with, understand their vision and their goals, and finding a way to merge the two together. Leadership is not about me, it's about us. We all have wonderful dreams, visions, and goals, and true leadership is understanding you cannot accomplish those things without the help of others, and they can't accomplish their goals without help either. Ultimately, all of us who feel called to lead have an opportunity to walk into our purpose, the purpose of serving others. We all have character traits about us that are admirable, and I've learned that you can tap into those character traits and discover your natural way of leadership. Let me explain. We all have attributes that come so easily to us. Things like being empathetic, being vulnerable, having kindness, showing assertiveness. Some things are just a part of who we are. We didn't decide these gifts. These gifts were given to us at birth. These gifts are what makes our presence desirable. That's why I created LEAD, a framework to help you understand your natural style of leadership. I call them the leadership styles. There are 4 leadership styles. The first one is the L, also known as the likable leader. Growing up, I was a likable person. Likable leaders have a natural ability to bring people together through humor, enthusiasm, and excitement. If you're an L, your presence is contagious and your absence is noticeable. You always have a smile on your face, and you are what people like to call the life of the party. You tend to be the center of attention, and that's because people desire to be in your space. You're always giving very motivational words and really, really good suggestions and ideas. You make people feel like life is worth it. L leaders, they tend to choose careers like teaching, coaching, or mentoring, things that require you to be liked. The second is the E, or the empathetic leader. The E leader has a natural ability to make people feel like they matter. If you're an E leader, you're always so open and real about who you are. You're never adding any fluff to it. And that vulnerability makes others feel safe to be who they really are. So because of that, people tend to open up to you really quickly. You're not the kind of leader that tells people what to do. You're the kind of leader that awakens what was once dormant inside of somebody. You have a natural heart to give and a gift of filling those who have empty cups. E-leaders, they tend to choose careers that heal people, like therapists, social workers, or counselors. The third is the A, or the analyzer. The analyzer is known as the insightful one. If you're an A leader, you always tend to have the right answer, not because you're a know-it-all, but because you've done the research others aren't willing to do. Your ability to create systems and be efficient makes everyone's life around you feel so easy. You're very detailed with your processes, and you genuinely care about solving the problem, even if it takes time. You're the kind of person people come to when it's time to keep it real. And you have a gift of seeing a path for people who cannot see one for themselves. A leaders, they tend to choose careers like engineering, data research, or even scientists. The last leadership style is the D leadership style. If you're a D leader, you are a dominator. Dominators are known as the executors. You always do what you say you're going to do. Your motto is move first, ask second. You're an experiential leader. And you always do what you say you're going to do, even if logic goes against what you believe to be possible. You always see the good in every bad situation. And that energy motivates those around you to never give up. D leaders, they tend to choose careers like sales, entrepreneurship, or even investing. Now, although you may be able to see yourself in a little bit of all the leadership styles, everybody has a primary. My hope is for you to recognize which one kind of fits you the most, because that is where you inherently provide value. Once you understand how to provide value, then it's time to figure out how to empower those around you. Here are 5 ways you can empower others. Number 1, encourage others to do the things they're good at. Have you ever had a passion or a project that you were working on and you put it to the side a little while, and it wasn't until somebody noticed your creation, said how amazing it was, and that desire to create came back? Words of encouragement are healing to the minds of those struggling with doubt. There's an ancient proverb that says, "Gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet for the soul, healing to the bones." L leaders, this may be something that comes easy for you, encouraging others to do the things that they're good at. Number 2, tell your story with vulnerability, honesty, and humility. Vulnerability creates relatability, and people tend to listen more to those they can relate to. People want to feel like they're working with a human, not a robot. When fears and insecurities arise, don't be afraid to share with those who are bought into your vision. The experiences you went through in life are real, and allowing others to see you push through encourages them to believe they can as well. E leaders, this may be something that comes easy for you. Telling your story with vulnerability, honesty, and humility. Number 3, include other people's ideas that are not original to your vision. There's a book called The Leadership of One, and in the book they discuss a term called discretionary effort. Discretionary effort is the maximum effort someone is capable of doing versus the minimum effort required to be a part. The workforce is a common place leaders experience low discretionary effort. In the book, Carla and Douglas discuss that the number 1 reason people experience low discretionary effort and people disengage from the workplace is because they feel like they can't contribute in meaningful ways. People want to feel like their contribution made a difference in the results. By including ideas that are not original to yours, people put in higher amounts of discretionary effort, and you empower them to believe their thoughts and ideas matter. A leaders, this may be something that comes easy for you, including ideas that are not original to your vision. Number 4, have a vision and repeat it. Steve Jobs said, "The vision must be reiterated in many small and sometimes large ways." You will start gaining supporters the more people see you have no doubt in what you believe in. One thing that I like to do every year is create a vision board, because the more you see it, the more you believe it. D leaders, this may be something that comes easy for you. Having a vision and repeating it. Number 5, take action and don't give up. Take the action required. Allow people to see this isn't just a dream. Your drive, your ambition will be contagious to those who believe in your vision. Jim Rohn, once known as one of America's greatest motivational speakers, says, "Success is a few simple disciplines practiced every single day." Don't lose sight of the vision you have in mind. That commitment will encourage others to get to the finish line with you. Understand that anyone, whether qualified or not, can be a leader. You are a leader. Today, I want to challenge you to respond to the call of leadership. Maybe there's a club you've always wanted to start. Maybe you want to walk into management or start a business. Maybe you have something important to share. Or maybe you just want to start a family. You are qualified because you are human. I encourage you to recognize your leadership style, because it's not if you lead, but when. And when your time comes, the world will be a better place if you accept the call. God bless.